Hello, this is Theta Sigma for Genuine Secrets, and in this video coaching newsletter pro, I'll be talking about multiple perspectives on dating, which I don't know much about, but I'm just giving advice because that's just how it works for me. You see, when we approach the dating sphere, we basically think in linearity. We think we're going to be dominant or we're going to be submissive, or we're going to rule and they're going to be below us, or they're better and we're worse, or I'm better, they're worse. And it's more like a capitalistic system of relationship rather than different perception of spectrum of perception, reliability, and manifestation to become what you want, and outgoing feelings and dances of different types of love that you could experience, especially with friendships. And you could go forward with this and actually become great with what you're doing with yourself. And there's examples for how this works. Many celebrities, many different actors, many different people I know in my city have this type of relationship where it's not just about love, it's about companionship, it's about journeys and adventures. I actually had a relationship like that in the past years ago. It was great. It was fueled with pure love and ecstasy of an adventure, and it was good. It was great. But I'm more for a secular relationship because I'm atheistic. But this is what you do. If you really want someone in your life or want to make friends, yes, I'm sorry, you have to go to the bar and approach people. Sometimes you have to look like an idiot and act like an idiot. Sometimes you have to run around places and just act like an idiot just to get attention, but also to show yourself that don't do that, actually. Don't act like an idiot, run around. Just be yourself, but in a different way. Alternatively, you see, there's many levels and echelons of perception of the self in real and more real, more real, more real, or different real, alternative, different dances of perception. It's not just about betterment. It's about different types of betterment in a system. See it like a more complex graph. You could go all these different ways, but it still continues on in the dimension of the graph. And it continues on through infinity to go to the next graph, because each infinity goes to the next dimension, and that's how it works. The dimensionality of the function continues, and if we see it in a non-linear fashion, dimensions don't really explain anything about our world because we still live in the same dimension that we experience constantly. It might change a little bit over time through our perception, but it's always basically sort of the same but different in causal perception of reality. But that's not important. What's important is you have to have a hi-bye relationship with women and men that you want to date. You say hi and bye, but it's like a tagline you have to yourself. If you really want to grow in your relationships, focus on new hypergamy and new hypogamy. Instead of a linear progression, it's more like a wave pattern. More like a spiral dynamic sort of thing that Leo Gura discussed about in his YouTube channel. And there's more to this. When you approach a woman, say hi, how are you doing? Talk about your day, and say a joke or something. Just be kind. Don't be a Sigma Alpha Beta. Don't do any of that one-dimensional shit. Just be authentic in article, definite in article, genuine in article, and show yourself who you are. And more you realize how great it is to experience this feeling. More and more you talk about anything. You don't even have to put much effort. Let them talk. You ask questions and try to move with it. Try to see the cues, little facial cues and different stuff, but don't be too concentrated on that. Then later on, you transition into, all right, what's your Snapchat? Do you have a Snap? Do you have a phone number? If they don't say Snap, then ask them, do you have a phone number? Okay, do you have a Facebook? And if they keep on saying no, just say, walk away and just say, Alright, I'll talk to you later. You don't have to leave them because you always approach that friendship later. But it's not about this system of I gain and I lose. It's more like a complex algorithm system that's not based on a game, but more based on reality in a different sense. That's not so hardcore because we see reality too much like a trivial manner. The